It's the morning of the third-grade class reshuffling ceremony at Sakuragawa Elementary. The cherry blossom petals are scattering in the wind, signaling the end of a long, chaotic school year. Walking down the hallway is Teacher Nikko, easily recognizable in her dark blue kimono. It's a traditional look, but entirely practical for the daily rigors of teaching. Carrying her favorite teapot, she's turning over a persistent worry in her mind. They survived the year safely, but she genuinely wonders if these 30 highly energetic kids will actually remember her after today. She slides open her classroom door, expecting the usual morning noise. Instead, she finds complete darkness. The curtains are fully drawn, and all 30 notoriously rowdy students are sitting at their desks in absolute, unbroken silence. In that quiet void, her worst fear seems to materialize. To an educator, absolute silence often feels like a failure to connect, a stark dividing line between achieving basic educational metrics and actually reaching a child's heart. Suddenly, the large smart screen at the front of the room lights up. Displayed in bright white is Google NotebookLM. Google NotebookLM is an AI-powered research assistant that can synthesize and analyze large amounts of uploaded text and audio data. The students quickly reveal their plot. Because Nikko used AI all year to assign their homework, they decided to turn the tables. They uploaded a year's worth of contact book comments and classroom recordings to run an objective performance review. The AI bluntly reports her probability of tripping is 15% and flags anomalies like an elevated heartbeat during a typhoon and off-key singing. Nikko crouches behind the podium, her face completely red. Her perceived flaws and dark history are being systematically broadcast to the entire room by the precise, unfeeling logic of a multimodal database. When you strip raw data of its context, you are left with a highlight reel of human error. Cold statistics measure the stumbles and the off-key notes, but they are completely blind to the actual intent behind those actions. The virtual hosts initiate a deeper analytical function called hidden connections. The system begins searching for patterns beneath the clumsiness to find the logic behind her behavior. The AI identifies late-night activity, where Nikko generated 50 bilingual reading guides for a transfer student from Peru. The visualization then expands, mapping how Nikko translated sterile textbook data into engaging audio fairy tales to capture an ADHD student's attention. She even adapted Pokemon concepts to explain complex math problems, creating a shared language for students who normally hid in the back of the classroom. The AI identifies this as universal design. Universal design is the process of creating environments and learning materials that are accessible to people with a wide range of abilities. While the system sees optimized data conversions, the students recognize the hours of sleep their teacher sacrificed just so they wouldn't feel invisible. The digital presentation ends and the physical curtains are thrown open, letting the warm spring sunlight flood the room. 3 students walk up to the podium and hand her a slightly messy handmade trophy, proudly declaring they built it entirely without AI. Large language models are sophisticated algorithms trained on massive text datasets to generate human-like text, but they serve primarily as scaffolding. The actual transmission of care happens when a teacher identifies a student's specific struggle and stays up until 2 in the morning to fix it. The students are engaging in reverse scaffolding. After a year of Nikko quietly building structural supports for their learning, the children are now using their affection to support their teacher's morale. Wiping her tears, she thanks them for showing her the value of being a human-in-the-loop educator. A human-in-the-loop system requires human interaction to guide, check, or improve in AI's output. She tells them that even if the internet drops, the bond they built will remain intact. The scene closes with the whole class singing the school song together. It is slightly off-key and statistically imperfect, but it represents a moment of true human connection that no language model could ever generate. Later that afternoon, as the sun sets, Nikko sits quietly at her desk. She opens her laptop and boots up NotebookLM, not to analyze the past, but to begin drafting the learning scaffolding for her students' upcoming 4th grade adventures. Technology is never the final destination in a classroom. It is simply the starting point, a tool designed to clear away the barriers so that every individual child has the opportunity to shine. We've seen how raw data can easily miss a teacher's true intent, and how artificial intelligence serves best as scaffolding for the human connections that actually drive learning. If you enjoyed this analysis of the imperfectly perfect teacher, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next chapter. Thanks for watching.